Welcome to Adding Dollars. In this video, I'll be going over my weekly update on the highest volatility stocks, so stocks that are paying the highest premiums for covered calls and cash secured puts. Before jumping into this week's scan, if you're new to cash secured puts or covered calls, make sure to check out the videos in the description. Now let's go ahead and jump into this week's scan. As always, I'm in the Thinkorswim platform on the Scan tab, and I'm going to be scanning the S&P 500. If you're interested in me scanning a different list of stocks, feel free to leave that down below in the comments. Go ahead and click Scan. Here we have a list of the S&P 500 stocks with the highest implied volatility at the top and descending from there. Looks like the top highest volatility in the S&P 500 is currently Super Microcomputer with an implied volatility of about 91%. We did look at this one last week, so I'm going to go ahead and skip it, but feel free to check out the option trade if you're interested. The second highest stock based on implied volatility is Enphase. Let's go ahead and see what kind of news it has. Earnings coming up on April 23rd. Currently trading at about $118 and has an implied volatility of about 67%. Some of these numbers may be slightly different when this video comes out, but as of right now, 67% implied volatility. We can jump over to the option train and see what kind of premium it is currently paying out. I'm going to be looking at the 9 days out option, so options expiring next Friday. As always, I have this custom column on my option chain that quickly calculates the profit for selling a certain cash secured put based on the amount of premium you would get. This also gives you an estimate for covered calls as well. If you're interested in adding this to your own platform, check out the link in the description where I have instructions on exactly how to add this to your own platform. Now let's go ahead and look at cash secured puts. Looks like you can make about 1.07% in 9 days selling the 109 cash secured put. That means you would collect about $114 in premium for each contract you sell. And the risk here is if you did end up getting assigned, you would need $10,900 per option contract that you sell in order to purchase the shares if you did get assigned. On the covered call side, it would currently cost you $11,808 in order to buy 100 shares, but then you could sell the 119 call options for about $400 or about 3.42% in just 9 days. Jumping back to the Scan tab, let's go ahead and look at another one. We haven't looked at Tesla in a while, so let's go ahead and take a look at that one. Looks like it has earnings coming up on April 17th. Currently trading at about $179 with an implied volatility of about 57%. Jumping back to the Trade tab. And again, looking at the 9 days out. I'm going to quickly let this column load. Here we can see you can make about 1% selling the 167.5 cash secured put, which means you would collect about $168 in premium. And the risk again is if you did end up getting assigned, you would need $16,750 in order to purchase 100 shares. On the covered call side, you could buy 100 shares for $17,970 about, and then you could sell the 180 call option for about $570 or about 3.19%. Jumping back to the Scan tab, let's look at one more. Let's look at AMD, again, one that we've looked at before, but a stock that I'm very interested in to see if it has potential to go even higher. Checking the notifications, seems like just a general notification, no earnings or anything else coming up somewhat soon. Currently trading at about $178 with an implied volatility of about 49%. Jumping back to the Trade tab, again, looking at the 9 days out options. Looks like you could make about 0.91% selling the 170 strike price cash secured put. This means you would collect about $152 for selling that. And the risk here would be if you did end up getting assigned, you would need $17,000 per cash secured put that you sold in order to purchase the shares. On the covered call side, it would currently cost you $17,840 about to buy 100 shares. But then you could sell the 180 call options and collect $415 or about 2.33% in 9 days. Jumping back to the Scan tab, feel free to pause the video and take a look at the full list of highest implied volatility stocks in the S&P 500. And if you have any questions or comments or want to see my analysis on any other stocks, feel free to leave that down below in the comments. And if you want to help support the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.